Hello guys, I hope you're doing absolutely amazing. So today I have a Diamond Mercy slash Anna on Rialto, where they really struggled not only to keep their beam on the pocketed target and trust that other healer, but they also struggled a lot in that ult rotation. Now that's not necessarily their fault, but it's something they could have done a lot more to help with. There were a couple of times in this game where I think they could have flipped it, so I hope you enjoy it. See you around. So first off, Artoria. So this is a 3100 support review request. So let me pull this a tiny bit closer. Hello everyone, I'm Artoria and I really want to climb on support. In this VOD, I'm in Rialto playing Mercy, Zen and Anna. I've looked over it myself and the main things I see are that 1. I make some really questionable decisions, especially on round 1, or the Zen trance on the bridge. I think I'm usually pretty okay about positioning in safe places. Unless the fight gets close, then I choose really iffy places to dodge to. I waste a lot of cooldowns. I can play most of the heroes alright, but I can't figure out what to actually pick. I usually default to Anna or Mercy, swap to Zen if I need more damage. So we'll have a little chat about team comps in support comps. Wow, I really do just die a lot. Cool, so I was wondering if you guys could help me identify some more weird things about how I play and what I could adjust. Cool. Let's pull this over here. Stroke Peggy to sleep. Peggy will wake up if I stroke her. She doesn't like it. She'd rather be alone. Cool. So Artoria first. So the comp at the moment is Ryan Zarya, McCree Genji. And then for the enemy team, somebody hasn't picked, but on Ryan Zarya, Anna Mercy, exactly the same. So what you really want on this point in particular, like what's the most important thing in terms of map control on this point? Is this, right? If the attacking team gets a pocketed McCree Mercy up here, when you're down here, you're just dead. Like they just control all the angles. They can poke at you as much as they want. You can't do anything about it. So the moment you lose this high ground, you're screwed. Controlling it, especially when the enemy team gets to about here, is really, really important. So this is why we normally get Mercy here. This is why we normally get Mercy Ashe, Mercy McCree. McCree's a lot better at holding the high ground. Ashe is better on the high ground as a general, like, person on the high ground. So, like, it's a fine choice between these. I like that you're with Anna and not with something like Zen, because it means me and you in this position yesterday. Yeah, so on attack, we literally just held up here and used the sightline, and then we went straight to here, cleared this out, and it's basically an insta-win on this point. You can't do anything about it once someone takes this. It's really hard. Hey, Tornado. Hello, I didn't say hi to you. So, like, this is so ridiculously strong. Just so strong. And holding this high ground is the main crux of this point. The moment people end up taking like this high ground and then moving to this high ground, you're just screwed. You are just screwed. Hey, dude. Cool. So when you go to look at your comps, Anna's kind of like an all-rounder. She can be paired with pretty much anything. So you say Mercy, Zen, and Anna are the main ones you play. In terms of Anna comps, Anna can be paired with literally anything. She's the most versatile healer. But what you can do when you pair her with Mercy is you can just leave her to main heal. So everything that's not like lethal damage, you just leave to Anna. Anna charges her ult really, really, really fast because she just has a load of tank healing and you're not stealing any ult charge off her. And you can just pocket this guy on high ground. So like, the Anna Mercy here, really strong. What I also like is kind of like Mercy back, that kind of thing. Like Mercy Zen, it's fine, but Mercy's going to end up main healing. And Mercy doesn't really get like the extra percentage win chance that she wants by main healing. She doesn't enjoy it. Like main healing on Mercy is just what you do when you're at 70% to get your ultimate faster. You don't want to be stuck main healing. If they had a Pika then, you could have been killed quickly because you aren't prioritizing cover. Yep, so first thing we see in the VOD, there's a Widow up here. The Widow's like, hi Mercy. Perfect sightline, so you're just dead, okay? First off, you just give it a chance for you to die without pressing the tab button. It's 12 seconds in, the tab button just opened. So you have no idea if you're going to get insta-killed. Literally, if you're on Mercy Ash, you just sit around here until the tab button was open. You wouldn't even bother peeking it. It's not worth it. Obviously, with Mercy, the DPS can peak because they're guaranteed a res, but you don't want to use it for no reason. You don't want to just use it because I'm dumb and I walked into a Widow. So, first things first, we drop off high ground for no particular reason. Like, I get that you want to pocket this McCree, but then McCree taking a really forward angle. The McCree poking out here really does a couple of things. So the further out he goes, it means that you can't stand here and pocket him because he's not on this sight line. So you can't swap your beam onto the low ground very easily. If this Reinhardt is going to die to this, with like in the middle of this choke, he's probably going to die regardless of your healing or not. Like, I like that you end up healing him, but what really matters is not losing this. If Ryan dies or if you lose this high ground, you lose either way, but you've already got Anna pocketing the Rhine, right? Well, you should do. So before you swap, the Rhine gets to like 3/4 health. Like you shouldn't be on the Rhine. McCree dies because you weren't pocketing him. You went to heal the Rhine when the Anna's got this. Well, she should have this. If she doesn't have this with nade and everything else, you're not going to be able to do anything to save it. Like, if this Rhine's going to die regardless of nade, it's going to die regardless of nade and Mercy Beam. Okay? So just stay on your pocket. Just stay on your pocket. You and your pocket have died. They get free take of high ground if this Hanzo wants it. So I expect he will. Reinhardt goes down because you're down one healer and you've got no high ground pressure. Like, not having this angle screws you on this map. So very, very split-second decision making here. Very split-second decision making. Let's watch it from this point of view. So we dash off. We go back onto the Rhine. We let go of the beam on our McCree for a second. You should default to the lower health person regardless. This McCree can literally die in one shot from each of these. He can just die instantly. So you should always have your beam on him as a default. So it's on damage. He takes a shot and then you take it off him onto the Rhine. Rhine gets healed, grenaded, and then you keep it on him for an additional like half a second before going back to the McCree. McCree takes one headshot, which could have been prevented if you were focusing him from the start. You aren't in a safe position. Like, you're not either here or here, so you have to go this way up onto the high ground to try and get into cover, so the res can't go through. Okay. That's pretty much it for this point. In terms of first, it's the kind of thing like maybe the Rhine dies regardless. Maybe this Rhine just dies even if you're pocketing the McCree. Even if you're pocketing the Rhine. But realistically, Anna should have this. If she doesn't, I think you've got other problems. Okay, then your team full feeds until the point, so you don't get any second contest. We're currently being spawn killed, still being spawn killed. None of this is interesting. Nope. Do we swap instantly after that? Okay. So after that we swap. Let's see how much ult charge we lost. Ooh, 42%. So we didn't really have much anyway. Whatever. Start 2 times speed here. So McCree swaps to Hanzo. You swapped from Mercy to Zen. So now you have Grav Dragon Nanoblade and then Anna Zen, which is pretty much the best, like, straight up King's Row comp. This is the, like, we're gonna win off ult on the ult rotation kind of comp. Discord Orb strong. We can insta kill the Rhine if we really, like, get an opportunity to. Hydration time? I haven't seen hydration time in a while. People are just trying to get Beth to, been trying to get Beth to, Sleepy Peggy, yeah? This is coffee, is that okay? Do you want water? I've got water here as well. I've already drunk water, you were too late. So this angle is okay. So have a little think what happens to this angle if your team goes to here. Their team goes from here to here when the Rhine pushes in. You have to leave because you can't do this off angle on your own. If you were here with like a McCree or something else, you'd be absolutely fine on this off angle. If you were here with a Hanzo, you'd be fine. But you're on your own. So if they're McCree or that Hanzo, just stand here. You're kind of screwed. You have to leave, right? So you have to go from here to here. This is a long rotation for you. So you're kind of like leaving yourself at LOS from the people you want to be on for a very long time. So where do you want your Harmony? Either on Hanzo, Genji, or your Ana at the moment. You want the person most at risk of dying. Your Genji's in Narnia, so that's cool. At least you've got a Harmony chance on him. So we get Discord onto the Ana. I think it's the first one we found, not the one we wanted. Harmony goes on to Hanzo because he's on critical. You haven't swapped the Harmony over to Ana. I would have swapped the Harmony like straight away after Hanzo's safe. Ana can heal Hanzo. Ana can't heal herself. If Ana has to use a nade on herself, you're just losing out on so much value. So I would have already swapped this Harmony over to Ana. Like, don't sleep on this like 50 HP here. This 50 HP really matters. If Ana ends up getting a little bit scared and have to use nade on herself, you just lose out on so much value. It looks like you don't know about Ana being low. This should be something like, this should be ingrained in you as something you look for. Let me just get my, I didn't bring out my diamond logo. This should be ingrained in you. Like, you shouldn't need me to tell you that Ana's over there, she needs healing. Keep yourself alive, keep your friendly healer at full health, then go do stuff. I like the orb on Hanzo here. He's the most at risk. He's farthest out. But realistically, your Ana needs topping. Where's she gone? She's gone all the way up here. So she's not only needs topping, but she's at risk of dying. She dies to that. Yeah, she almost died to that high noon. She just got out of range. They have Hanzo and you're peeking. Yeah, you could literally die at any moment. So against these kind of like insta-kill heroes with Mercy, this is the kind of like, I'm not safe peeking. They have really, really good poke pressure on you. Like, extremely good poke pressure. Let's say Hanzo just goes up here. He can take this space so easily with Mercy. And then just like go down on you and kill you. Like, this is the poke comp versus... So your team... Genji's fine poke. He's fine poke. But realistically, he's not going to win out over either of these in a high ground duel. Hanzo kind of like can't do it because he doesn't have enough support. So this team kind of like wins out a little bit more straight up than the other team. So what I want to see from this is I want to see you fight a little bit faster. Engage onto their Reinhardt and just murder him. That's what I want to see. I like the Discord on the Rhine. I like that you left it on the Rhine. That's cool. Ana's been at 50 health minus for this entire time. Come on. She doesn't have to nade herself, please. If I was Ana, I'd be tempted to nade myself right now. Like, obviously, it's fine to leave your Harmony on the Rhine now, but... So we're at 89%. The only thing we want to do is get our trance. They just used Grav, so we're pretty much just saving it for the Shatter and the Coalescence, and we're going to use it on that. Yep, peeking the Hanzo's pretty damn scary. So let's just... Give me 1 second, I'm just setting something up. Give me 1 second. 1 second, I'm almost there. There you go. Okay. This is just a quick prediction on this. Will the Zen heal the Ana before she dies? That's the question. Will Ana have to nade herself? Nading herself also counts. Nading herself is such a loss of value that you may as well, like, I don't know. She like loses half her kit if she has to nade herself. Do you think she's gonna heal the Ana, or do you think they're gonna leave it? So we've got 3 no's. Three no's? We're sticking at 3 no's? I believe in you. I believe you can heal this Ana. We trance? Trance still hasn't touched the Ana though. No, we're just sticking to 3 no's. The Ana hasn't died yet, so we haven't completed it. We'll see. I was kidding at first, right? I was really kidding, but this is awful. Like, as a off healer, or even as a main healer, your other support is your main priority, and you should be checking on their health like once every like 10 seconds. You should be checking all the time. You're 3,100, you should know about your other healer's health. You're the kind of guy I don't want to be healing with. Hey! Oh, no. Oh, the nodes were wrong. Okay, that was about 2 or 3 minutes. Okay? Like 2 or 3 minutes, come on. And now we haven't swapped off Ana once she's healed up. I get it, she's under pressure in this fight, but we really should swap it onto someone that wants to do something with it. Nobody in your team's really doing anything regardless, so like probably just a Hanzo. But you need to swap it. There you go. Currently on their Ashe, who's not a threat in the background. Is you discording this Ashe gonna change whether someone kills her or not? Either Hanzo hits a headshot or he doesn't hit a headshot. Come on. So the Rhine's the one you want to apply pressure to, right? Your team isn't really set up for this. Like, the straight up duel is set up to win with ultimates, whereas this is set up to win more with poke. So if you want to fight a straight up game, either you fight with the dragon, you fight fast with the dragon, or you just like barrel yourself and try and get enough pressure onto their Rhine to kill them. Because this is your advantage versus this. Like, they have the poke advantage, you have the killing someone advantage. And who on your team can kill someone? Well, pretty much only Orion. So I like the Discord went on the right. Nice. Harmony's not on Ana, but you did heal her earlier, so I guess everything's fine. Okay. Speedy. So Harmony, Discord are out. Discord's come back. One of the most important things on Zen, I think personally, is rebinding your Discord and your Harmony. E and Shift are terrible keys to have Discord and Harmony on. Can you AD Strafe? Can you AD Strafe when you're applying Discord? Do you have to repeatedly press the E button in the hopes that you get a Discord on someone? So my binding, scroll wheel up Harmony, scroll wheel down Discord. You can still AD Strafe as much as you want. You can still charge the right click as well as you can. But while you're charging right click, you can just be spamming the scroll wheel, so you can Discord as soon as it's on. This used to be a lot more important because Discord actually moved faster than your shots. Now it moves the same speed as your shots because it got changed from 120 meters per second to 90. So now you can't damage boost the last couple of shots in your right click where you used to be able to. So it matters less now, but still, you need to be able to apply this as soon as possible when you need it. and you need to be able to apply it on someone that just peeks for core for a second at the exact moment. If this Ryan drops his shield for a second, you need a discord item. And you're not going to be able to do that by just hitting the E key over and over again. So I really do think that's one of the best differences to a Zen. Also, I don't like the Q key as Transcendence. The Q key as Transcendence has the problem in that you want to press it in a split second when a Rhine shatters. And my ring finger is pressing the A button already, so I have to move my ring finger from A to Q in order to trans. Terrible. Try and put it on a mouse button or something like that. Much better. So Harmony's on Rhine. Cool. Diana's taking a little bit of damage, but I think she just took that. In reality, right, topping up your Ana in the middle of a fight is not top priority. But it is a very good lightning rod of how you are in the general game. I think regardless of how much better having a Harmony on the Rhine, the Zen, the Hanzo that are actually in the middle of the fight is compared to topping up the Ana right now, I think you'll just win more games by having it as a rule that you always top up your Ana, because you seem to just be a little bit lax on that at the moment. I think it will teach you very fast to do that. Cool. Look at that. Look at that. How long has she been on that amount of health? It's like, she's not going to die, but she's never going to push out to an aggressive position to heal your Reinhardt. She's going to have to stay in cover continuously now. Continuously. Chip down to 57. You realize she's on critical and you're like, healing Ana. Yes, I do that. But realistically, you don't want to be healing up Ana in the middle of a fight. You want her at full health before a fight, and then you want to be healing the people that are killing for the most part. Unless a really long fight. Cool. Not too bad. Tornado, when you say coffee is almost as hydrating as water, do you mean not? It's really... Coffee just dries your mouth out, right? So cool. We apply Harmony. No Discord out. We want that out on the Rhine as soon as possible. This is one of the team comps where if you don't get a good ult rotation, you're screwed, and you haven't got a good ult rotation. Okay? They're still on a better poke comp with this core. So the core on both teams is this Zarya, Ana, Reinhardt, right? Zarya, Ana, Reinhardt on this team as well. But it's these three that really are the spice to the comp. This is heavy ult rotation. This is heavy poke. Milk is the most hydrating. Orange juice is slightly less hydrating than water. Well, it just depends how much milk or orange juice you put in your coffee, I guess, then. Yep, you need to kill him. Well, Bobby's just OP. I'd say any less than 30% orange juice is probably throwing. Oh no. Just got destroyed by that Junkrat. What do you mean you don't put orange juice and water in your coffee? Yeah, cringe. What, do you just have black coffee? What else would you put in it? So priority order when people are low like that. So we come into this fight. This matters because this is how you win the really devolved fights when you come back in. So really low, we put it on the first target we see. Cool. It turns out to be Genji. We fire a right click. Cool. It was only a 3 orb. We should have done 5 reasonably. 3 orbs are okay in terms of doing damage. 3 orbs do... Like, they do an okay amount of damage. But they're not a killing, like, combo. Whenever you do a 5 orb compared to a 3 orb, you can murder someone if you hit them. With a 3 orb, like, really, unless they're already on low health, you're not going to kill them regardless. So, I think you just charge the extra 2 orbs. Maybe it's just because you want it to apply an orb really fast. Then we throw it onto someone a little bit closer. We throw it onto the Hanzo. Cool. I like that. And then we reapply it onto someone else. The Hanzo didn't die before you reapplied it, I'm pretty sure. Well, everyone thinks this doesn't matter. No, maybe it does go before. Reapply it to Ryan, reapply it to Genji. It was fine to just leave it on the Genji, and just like your Ana was already in to heal the Hanzo. I think you would have been absolutely fine just leaving it on Genji. Trance because Ryan's almost dead. Cool. Ryan dies anyway to Tyre. Oops. Oof. Oof. Doof. Doof. They now have a really good ult rotation into you. Christ. Have you ever done Nanoblade this game? So, reason why we lost this point. What were the reasons we lost this point? Okay. They're on a heavy poke comp. They're on McCree Hanzo when we get onto here. Your Hanzo could poke this window, but he's like at a slight disadvantage, because even if you're up here with Harmony, he can poke out, but realistically he's at a losing battle against this Mercy comp. If you stay up here, you can push them out of this window with your Hanzo, but instead everyone just went main and barreled it down into them. And somehow, despite being at an advantage on the main fight, you just lost the fight in terms of the Reinhardt duel. Your Ana started playing with positions up here. You weren't topping her off, which I guess would have made her play a little bit more conservative. It certainly makes her not trust you for the next round. But I don't know. I feel like this was just a fact that you didn't rotate ults at all this game. So we look at any point in this game. Grav Dragon. Let's see how the Grav Dragon goes real quick. So this is Nanoblading Grav Dragon here. Grav. Dragon. Okay, so Grav Dragon clears the team fight. I was mostly concentrating on you, so I wasn't really looking at this. The same team fight isn't even cleared up by your team. Your entire team gets low enough all the way through that you commit Nanoblade and Shatter onto the same team fight. And then you clean it up. So the only fight you won, really, in the entire match, was one where you just shat out ultimates. This is why you lost. Yeah. Cool. Okay, on to next. Oh, next. Maybe a little bit too far. There we go. So on BAP now. Or we're on Ana. So exactly the same kind of like context here. We're on Ana, Rein Zarya. So you're now in the core. So you're the core healer with your Rein Zarya. They've got exactly the same, Rein Zarya, Ana. But they've got this Mercy Ashe here. Mercy Ashe, very strong high ground control. They can just stand up this top where you were with that McCree at the start and screw you. The same with the Torbjorn. So they've got a lot more straight up damage instead of the Torb. All you've got really is Mercy doesn't have a pocket. So she's a question mark. Obviously, she can go on the Genji and clear high ground with Genji. But that's a little bit more of a struggle. Obviously, Mercy Ashe has an advantage over Mercy Genji. Doomfist a little bit of a question mark as well. Whoever knows what the fuck a Doomfist is going to do. Let's be honest. When you get a Doomfist in your game, you're not like, a really consistent hero that's going to get value over time. you're like, I hope they're good. They're a gold border, so they're definitely not a smurf. So, studying maths? What kind of maths are you doing? Maybe I can turn this into a math lesson stream instead. A-level maths? Yeah, what kind of maths? Tell me which part of maths. Calculus? Revising differentiation? Year 2 stuff? Well, if you're struggling with anything, just ask me. I know how to differentiate stuff. DYDX, innit? Doing a little vax before setting up a survey for scrims. Cool. You got to practice every day consistently. You can't just do it all at once. Just make sure you're not burning yourself out. Yeah, just tell me. I'll need to refresh myself because let's be honest, I haven't done it for a couple of years. But no, I'm a maths person. I've dedicated all of today to maths. A-level maths is literally just it's literally just little puzzles and a load of different like tricks, and you get all the tricks together and they give you a puzzle and they ask you to change like one function into another. I love that part of calculus and differentiation for that. Show that x equals x are my favorite questions in A-level. They were really nice. Math is the best subject, don't at me. Nah, physics all the way. It's really satisfying getting a long ass question and then getting nowhere near the answer. Yeah, I love it. So we got Nano. I mean, this went okay. Like we just kind of lost out on the Ryan Zarya duel. Funnily enough, they have a Torbjorn. We have a Doomfist Genji, which now turned into a Widow. Let's see what percentage they were on. Yikes, they were on 40. Okay, let's quickly watch it again. Just came out. God, he does a lot of damage. Yeah, well, yeah. I got 90% in my maths GCSE mock. GCSE versus A-level in maths is a massive jump up. A-level is so much harder than GCSE. This is the love child of math and science, exactly. Yeah. If you do further maths, and you should do further maths if you're interested in maths, it is crazy hard. It is like the first time in your life you ever have to concentrate on something. You have no idea, you get completely blindsided by it. You do your mocks and you get an E and you're just like, shit, I actually have to study. Want to be a theoretical physicist as a kid? Don't worry, when you go to university for physics, you'll realize that theoretical physics is actually quite hard, and it continues to be hard. Now on to our Rhine. Our Rhine is getting shattered. Okay, well, that's good. We gave our Rhine the confidence to drop shield and get shattered. That's exactly what I want to see. Exactly what I want to see. Cool. I'm almost done with you. Guess what I'm in now? Economics. Accounting. If you're still interested in maths, I mean, fair enough. I watch Number File. That's like normally maths nerd stuff, Number File. I bet you even thought of going to their uni so you could be with the Number File professors. I bet you're that much of a nerd. I forget which uni's theirs, but... Get him, get him, get him, get him! Well, almost. Loughborough. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Loughborough, thinking about it. Cool. So we just main healed. Our Mercy isn't really doing the stuff we want them to be. We want them to be over here, making sure the Widow doesn't like die to random spam. We want to be making it so the Widow can just stand in the middle of nowhere and do whatever the hell she wants. We don't really want to double up with her. If we double up with the Mercy, like, we don't have a choice personally as the Ana, but we don't really want to double up with the Mercy on healing the same area. Like, if like single main healer isn't enough, they probably shouldn't be pressing the W button as hard. Oh, that's sad. Yeah. Nope, you're dead. Okay, go next. So in terms of the double healer comp, if this Mercy wants to main heal, you just kind of have to let her. And you can't really do much to off-heal with a Mercy. This is the struggle with Mercy. Mercy doesn't like having an off-healer with her, because the off-healer can't put out enough heals in order to keep up the team. And Mercy doesn't really like main healing. But if you get a shit Mercy, and the Mercy who's on your team picks and wants to main heal, what the hell do you do? I mean, you can't main heal as well, because that splits healing between both of your ult charges, and you never get either of them. You don't really get the flanking pressure, you don't get the high ground pressure, because the Mercy won't go up there. I mean, maybe something like Zen? It's one of the reasons why Mercy Zen works reasonably well. Yeah, with Mercy also likes BAP as well. Like, BAP is a reasonable pick with Mercy. You can put on a mix of DPS and healing. You're also quite good during the Vow. Again, you'd always rather the Mercy to be one of the people that actually off-heals properly and goes up to high ground, clears high ground with someone else, gets you the advantage, and then comes back to main heal a little bit and top you off. You want to be with one of those Mercies. But you don't really control what other people do on ladder. Your entire team's, well, your Bull and your Widow's fed. Cool. We had to use Nano to clear the point, so we're now at a kind of a shitty old rotation with us Genji. Luckily, Ana gains a shitload of ult, so took on a main heal. I'm going to keep this on high speed because I've got quite a lot of VODs to do today. She comes out, a little bit shit. I like that you slept first. So, in a Rein Zarya versus Rein Zarya Ana versus Rein Zarya Ana duel, there's one thing you can do, which is really good on Ana, which is after you see the projector go off, and you want a nade on that Rein in order to clear and actually get the advantage, you can just sleep his shield instead of nading. And if the sleep goes through and he gets slept, you just follow up with the nade instantly. If the sleep doesn't go through and just hits his shield, well, you just have another nade to throw later. So you get 2 chances at getting him through the shield, basically, against Rein Zarya. You normally have to wait for projected to go, because they'll just cleanse the anti. But you can climb quite a bit of SR with just this one simple trick. Dentists hate me. 9 out of 10 dentists. Literally just sleep the shield when you think he's going to drop, then hit confirm into a nade. And that normally just murder. This kills the Rein. Nice. I like that. That's really good. Nading the wall? What kind of a crazy Ana are you? Good. So your only objective here is to farm ult charge. I've got a feeling this Mercy's not going to let you. I've got a feeling this Mercy's going to steal all the ult charge for herself, despite your win condition here being this. This is your clear win condition. Obviously, this is good with this, like, but do you trust Diamond Bulls? I don't trust Diamond Bulls to actually get a good minefield. So it's a little bit of a question mark still. This Mercy needs to be up here, clearing high ground, but she's not, because she, I don't know, she has a flying brain. The Mercy's like, oh shit, the Genji died. I wish I could have done something about that. I guess this is a Mercy VOD at the same time. It can get really rough if your off-healer, Mercy, doesn't start doing stuff like this, clearing high ground, actually making sure people can survive on the flanks. It can get really hard, because there's not really much you can do. There's not really much to make a difference. There's no healer that is as good as Mercy at pocketing the angles like this. I'd say like BAP or something like that can easily take this area with like a Genji or something like that. Like they can help, but they can't help as much as Mercy could. So like you're in a little bit of a struggly. A little bit of a struggly sometimes. Remember, our objective is literally just to get nano. We should not have been like, I guess we can go far, but we need to always be inside of this Reinhardt. Like hugging this corner, pummeling like dart after dart into this Rein, getting on as soon as humanly possible. I mean, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. I'm not complaining. Yeah, Rein just hasn't got enough value. And this is the struggle when you don't use your combo. The combo was a guaranteed team wipe, basically. Especially in Devolve 5 like this, I think if you just nanoed the Genji, you'd have been absolutely fine. But you weren't farming your nano, you weren't looking for the nano on the Genji, you were just kind of like botting. Let's get back in. Oh no, we used our sleep. Shit. Shit. Don't worry, low charge Zarya actually does less damage than a Mercy, so I think you just out-duel him. You just land 8 shots on the Zarya, you'll be fine. Shit, there's a Reinhardt there. Okay, so you miss your combo, Grav's been used out of line of the Hanzo. You've gone back onto this ult cycling comp, and they're still on this poke comp. They're still on this poke comp. So, ult cycling without ults being cycled, meh. You're on the poke comp, but your Mercy's clearly not doing the things she wants to do. Whereas their Mercy, for the most part, is doing the things she wants to do. Let's have a look at her for a sec. Thank you for donating to the Gamer Girl Challenge. That is very close now, isn't it? What are we on? 92%. 92%. Yeah, she's pretty much just pocketing someone at all times. Whereas your Mercy's just kind of like tank healing. There's always a tough decision. There's always a tough decision to make when you have a Mercy on your team as to whether they're going to play Mercy well or bad. And how they play can really shape how you play. I'd rather be the good Mercy than have a bad Mercy on my team and have to heal with them. You shouldn't be healing him. You should not be healing at all. What is your win condition for the next fight? Valk. Like, Valk you need for the next fight, otherwise you're just dead. In terms of this comp, obviously, we should have been tracking the bomb. We should be ready with our sleep dart for it. So we have one nade, which is emergency for Rein Zarya, or can anti their Rein after we see the projected on, and we've got a sleep, which can go onto the bomb. That's what we should do with our cooldowns. We don't do this, okay? This is just you not tracking cooldowns, let's be honest. This is your brain being turned off. They have an Ashe. They have an Ashe that's had Bob for actually quite a while. Come on. If the Ashe saw it, she should use Bob instantly. There goes Bob. Let's go watch Bobby Boy. Yep, this is the result of Bob. Their grav was pretty bad, to be honest, but this is a result of Bob. He's pretty much just almost full killed your Rhine with the Rhine shield through Grav. His Rhine shield was on like 400 before he dropped it. Yeah, it's a little bit of a struggle that you throw away the sleep. You should always be tracking this. Like, there's no reason on Ana not to track the Bob. There's not that many things that you need to track with Ana. In terms of the other healer combos on Ana, depending on how good or how I don't know how attentive you think your other healer's going to be, you have to make the judgment call whether you save your nade a little bit more or use it a little bit more aggressively. If your healer's shit, like you were to your Ana earlier, I would end up saving my nade a lot more for an emergency heal. And it would be bad to do that, but I'd have to because nobody's paying attention to me and I just can't push out unless I keep myself at full health. So yeah, think about like the healer combos, test your other healer, have a little think about them at the start of the match, see how reliable they are, and then judge your nade usage based off that. Oh, we're DPS now. Dragon comes out, splits them. Oh, Rhine's dead. Oh, Rhine's dead. We got another blade, but we don't have nano. There Rhine's in your spawn. Okay. Again, exactly the same. Is that the Walter Mitty soundtrack? No, this is the Transistor soundtrack. This is Hype Map, this one. Play Transistor? Excellent game. Love Transistor. And we've got half the soundtrack left to go. Yeah, so we throw out another sleep with Bob coming. Like, what is the win condition for this team fight? The win condition for this team fight with our team is to sleep the Bob. And if we sleep the Bob, we win. We might have to kill the Bob anyway if he gets on the point, but still. Yay! So same comp, but we're less ult bound, and we still got the nano blade. But this Junkrat can kind of do what he wants with his ult. They've still got very strong poke in terms of the Ashe Mercy, but they're not playing that well with it. So meh. Mercy is kind of like this character that enables people to exist in positions they wouldn't normally, and allows them to do more in that position. So this Ashe could never push up here without a Mercy. But neither of your team controlled this area, so what does it matter? Neither of your teams seem to really care. Like, don't get me wrong, you're in a... This is kind of like a brawl comp with a bad healer and a Genji that doesn't really belong there. So like it's a weird kind of like middle of the range comp that's a little bit pokey. It's got a little bit of poke going on, but for the most comp it's a brawl comp with a Genji in it. And like Nano Blade is strong. It's very strong. It's strong enough that you can just put it into any comp and it'll be okay. But it doesn't really know what it's doing this comp. Hello Blood, how are you doing? Nice. Good stuff. Nice nade. Nice nade. Did you know about their projected? I mean, they didn't know about their projected either, so they didn't pose the anti. But yeah, you should, like, things you need to track as Ana are as follows. Projected, Bob, and then Shatter maybe. Like, you don't need to track that much. You're projected ideally, so you know what kind of like, what kind of resources your Rhine has behind him. But apart from that, you don't really need to think that much. Like, Ult tracking is good, don't get me wrong. Ult tracking is amazing. You can call every single ult in a Grav Dragon Nanoblade comp. You can call every single ult. And you should be. You should be calling what they have. But apart from that, you can kind of just turn brain off. Jambi, good evening. Is it evening yet? It's 4, it's evening. Nice, keep him high. Oh, she's so adorable. Okay. Let's change that to slash Anna. So where's it going? Probably onto the Rhine. Probably onto the Rhine at an advantage if you can. They just use their protected. Have you used your protected? You know about it. You haven't used protected. So if you just nano your Rhine now, you have a massive advantage in this Rhine versus Rhine duel. So knowing about their projected, very, very important. If your Rhine just presses W key, you put a nano on him, and this projected goes on him, you just kill their Rhine. You just kill them. Ideally, they say projected for a little second, but you can't control that. But yeah, these are the kind of things you should be looking for in your Rhine versus Rhine nano. Yeah, he charged in, but he wasn't particularly in the best position to start swinging on things, so I like that he didn't use it immediately. Don't know if that was planned or not. Okay, you nano him. He's in a good position to start swinging now. And the Rhine... Oh. I thought your Zarya was going to walk off. That's cool. Anyone seen this before? Oh, that's so cool. Is it just because he finished his run? So cool. That is so close as well. It's so close to going into the water. Oh man, but you are just screwed after that. Look at that. Look at that bob. Perfectly calculated. Do you think this is reliable? Do you think you can set this up? I'm gonna get practice this later. That's so cool. That's such a good bob placement. Oh man, that is like perfect sightlines onto all of this as well. Doesn't cover bridge or anything like that, but it makes it really hard to sleep. Wow, yeah, cool. Okay, on to next. Anyway, good evening everyone joining. This is 3100 support. They played Mercy and Anna. The enemy, the friendly healer went Mercy for half of it, but they kind of weren't playing properly. So what is our objective here? Our objective is to enable this Ashe to go high ground if she wants to keep her up there, and then just to control high ground, and you'll win because high ground's strong. Is basically the calculation you should be doing. Most of the reason why Moth meta was so oppressive is because high grounds really matter, and the Moth meta just allowed Widow to take every single high ground she wanted. It was kind of like the unsung thing of Moth meta. Moth meta wasn't just because Widow strong, it was because high ground good. And controlling high grounds, like this kind of place in Moth meta, was just so oppressive onto the enemy team because it holds so much space, so ridiculously much space. Mark! Okay, good reactions on getting the heal on him. So you always have to have your finger held over the heal button. Always. Nope. That split second can kill your pocket. You do not care about your friendly team. You do not care about the rest of the team. Everything apart from this is the Ana's problem. The only problem for you is your pocket and your Ana. You don't have to heal anyone else. In fact, anyone else that you heal actively takes away ult charge from your Ana. We don't care about this. We care about making sure this Ashe doesn't get flashbang ban the hammered. Like, you should be scouting this for your Ashe. You shouldn't allow anyone to surprise her. It's not just the turn off brain, I'm playing Mercy. Screw it, I'm on the high ground, I'm just going to hold damage boost and close my eyes. It's that I'm actively trying to make it easier for my Ashe to stay up here in any way possible. I think the fact that you didn't hear this McCree going up here and call this your Ashe is terrible. This is the difference between like a Master's Mercy and a low Diamond Mercy. Not actually calling the flank. Not actually clearing the flank for yourself. Yeah, well, cover, but they didn't even realise the McCree was coming up, which is the main problem. If they realised they were there, maybe that could have been a, like, maybe they could have actually been useful. You don't just have to be AFK because your character holds a button and doesn't do anything else. You can actively be trying to get information, be calling things in chat, doing stuff like that. Ryan died because he's a bot. Why does Ryan die? I mean, they do have McCree. Like, this kind of core here, with a McCree, it's scary for a Reinhardt. Because you, at any moment, you can get slept and flashbanged and then just, like, murdered. See what actually happens to your Ryan. Personal goes off, projected goes off. Ryan keeps swinging through to projected. The trouble here is your Zarya is not saving her bubble long enough. Like, you look at this. She doesn't project it to allow Ryan to get out. She projects to allow Ryan to go in. Which is the mistake quite a lot of Zaryas make. Like, the projected should have been on. Projected should be on. Now. That's when the projected should go on. Halfway through. Around when all the pressure starts to be applied, because they don't apply the pressure like instantly. Now you're kind of in a screwed spot because you're going for a res that, like, let's be honest, you shouldn't be able to get. You get the risky res. Damage boost on Junkrat. I don't mind the damage boost on Junkrat. But what's the thing that actually makes a difference here? What actually makes a difference in this team fight? So Ryan dies. Ashe gets dynamite on 2 people, forces the McCree to go back. Their Ryan dies to Junkrat damage boost. I think the main difference was made by this Ashe being on high ground, pressuring their team, quite frankly. You'd be punished for that if it was higher ranks. Yeah, you wouldn't get off this res if it was higher up. I think you got very lucky here. I mean, let's be honest, you get away with a res sometimes in higher ranks, but not always. It's a bit disingenuous to say, you'd be dead here, because sometimes, I don't know, people are a bit, like, iffy. You go back onto your pocket. The good news with this comp is that you have Junkrat there, on the off chance that you can't stay on high ground or you get pushed off high ground. So you have somebody to pocket that is good. Also Ashe, like, if you get pushed out of this high ground and you're still alive, you can just retreat onto here. And that is still good high ground to hold over the point. So if I get pushed out of there, most of the time I just go onto my Ashe with this high ground. And I can flip between here and the Ashe. I probably just, like, hold myself out here with my damage beam on the Ashe, just flicking it on and off. And then heal up the Ana when we need it. And then you've got a pretty much straight rotation backwards. Damage boost on. Ashe gives up high ground for literally no reason in particular. Cool. You've swapped your pocket. I actually love that you swap your pocket here. This is really, really good. The Ashe is useless here. She's just shooting a Reinhardt shield. this Junkrat could actually do something, and you're allowing him to do something extra that he couldn't otherwise do. This is what Mercy's made for. This kind of like pressuring the sides like this. And you get a McCree for it. Lovely. Like, when you're playing Mercy, no fight should be 1v1. Every single fight should be 1.5 versus 1, because you're always there. I can hear that really loud. Yeah, if you have your headphones turned all the way up, you can hear that. I want wine gummies. Well, you should get wine gummies. Don't let me stop you. The world's your oyster. Why don't you just get wine gummies? Okay, our Ana's got ult. We're going to be selfish as all hell and heal as much as we can and get our ult now. Oh, I want to see you heal the Ashe up to full. Then I want to see you go on Rhine. Whoever needs it, just make sure you're doing healing at all times. I don't want any mishealing. Instant Valk, beautiful, good. This is the reason why you're in Diamond. Because you know to instantly Valk here, you have good reactions. Most of the time you have good cover. But it's fine. Bobberoonie gets oh, hey, gets slapped. Good. Cool. Rhine dies to damage boosted Ashe and slept and flashbang by the looks of it. Let's see a Rhine dying. We get down to 250 with Beamon. Like, Ana is healing us. We're down to 250. We swing one more time. We're down to 161. Nate goes onto us. Bubble goes onto us and protects us from the uppercut. And then we just hammer down the Bob. And that's why this comp's so scary. Because at any moment, the flashbang comes in and we're just dead. We're just dead. Yeah. You can't turn around against this McCree comp. There's a reason why McCree's played quite often in the Brawl. The actual, like, proper Brawl comp. The proper Brawl comp is, like... It's kind of like the healers switch up reasonably often, but it's mostly like Lucio, Bat, Rhine, Zarya, and then Junkrat, Reaper, or something like that. But Junkrat, Reaper, Mei, and what was the other one? McCree. Like, those are the main, like, brawlers at the moment. But McCree's more of like a poke brawl hybrid. Like, he's not just a brawler on his own. He can do the poke absolutely fine. He can take high ground absolutely fine. But also, occasionally, he just flashbangs and murders someone. We get off another risky res, cool. I mean, it happens. I'm not going to BM you for getting off risky reses. Like, tucking in tight to this corner, it's a fine res. I think I would have took it. It's a narrowly lost fight, though. Really narrowly lost. If I can get down to 1x speed, I'll play at 1x speed. Apparently, they don't want me to do that. Yeah. Well, McCree. So this is the power of McCree. He just takes the closed angle and just murders someone. It's very hard to do anything like that. Your Rhine's way too poked out. Like, he wanted to brawl. He wanted to brawl properly into the Zarya, and he does get the Zarya. But then, like, he just opens this angle for the flank. Flank comes in. Everyone slowly gets picked off because the healers died. Huh? Ana's alive. Ana's alive and she gets the nano. Oh, everyone presses W into Rhine. Rhine just clears up. Cool. Is this losable? No way this is losable, right? Nah, you're good. Okay. So that's the first one. So that their main observations were, I made some really questionable decisions, especially on round 1, or the Zen trance on the bridge. I think I'm usually pretty okay about positioning myself in safe-ish places, for the most part, yeah. Unless the fight gets close, then I choose really if he places to dodge to. Sure. I waste a lot of cooldowns. I think most of the problems there were your ult rotation on the attack and the defense, but for the most part, you're okay. I think there's a couple of things that I pointed out that you can clean up, like your priority on the McCree at the start, like your priority on the Ashe when she's on high. I think you could get people to take the high ground so you can be useful on Mercy a little bit more. You don't just need to be passive. You can also scout for the McCree taking the high ground from you. Like, that is very important, being able to tell people that. Will you be able to do my VOD tonight? I don't think so. I have 6 lined up, all from Overwatch University. Have a look. No, you just upload it. You upload it at like 1. I'll do it tomorrow. No, I can't do it tomorrow. Tomorrow's birthday time. I'll do it Sunday. I'll do it Sunday. No, cheeky bugger. Everyone wants me now when they want me. It's Tesco's birthday tomorrow too, is it? Seriously? I think I won't be here then. Cool, I'll just save it until you're here next. Don't worry. It's all good. So yeah, thanks for sending the VOD. Hopefully you enjoy it. I'll link it to you whenever I'm free.